Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Reptile Room. I'm Eric, and this is Betty. Betty's a Dumeril's boa. This is an old world species of boa. They come from Madagascar. They like semi-arid environments, so they stay a little drier than your average boa imperator or constrictor would. They are also terrestrial. They're considered ground boas. They're going to hang out closer to the ground, and they definitely will climb, so I give them the opportunities to do so in their enclosures, but they're not so prone to it as other species are. I'm going to place her down in her leaf litter here, and we're going to see her quickly mosey on into her enclosure. Now, if she was just sitting there perfectly still in this leaf litter and you were to walk by and you weren't specifically looking for her, she'd actually be pretty tricky to spot. This is called cryptic coloration. And this really helps them blend into their environment and keep them safe from predators. Now, Dumeril boas are a very calm, very docile species. I've never actually had one so much as hiss at me or throw a fit. I have had one try snap at me before, but to be fair, it thought I was feeding it, so that one was on me. They are pound for pound an incredibly strong snake, stronger than your average boa would be. These guys are quite squeezy, and this is why I would say you want to handle them quite responsibly, maybe with other people around if it's a particularly large Dumeril's boa. This is simply because they are very squeezy and they are ground dwelling, so if you're holding one over your shoulders and it feels like it's going to fall, it is going to hold on. It's not going to try hurt you, but you just want to be careful. So these guys stay a little bit cooler too. You want their hottest spot in their enclosure to be about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. You can achieve this with an underbelly heat pad, a ceramic heat emitter, or a deep heat projector from up above. Just make sure whatever your heat source is, it's well regulated so it doesn't potentially overheat your animal. The ambient in the enclosure can drop down to as low as 75 or 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want that humidity to be at around 40 to 60%. Any lower than 40, they'll have problems with shedding. Any higher than 60, and you can run into respiratory issues. For the size of the enclosure, the minimum recommended for an average adult would be 2 by 4 feet. Essentially, if the snake stretches out across two sides of that, that would make a 6-foot long snake in a relatively comfortable space. You can of course give them more, but monitor your animal's behavior, make sure it's doing well and isn't being overwhelmed by the space it's in. You of course want to have places for them to hide in their enclosure and access to water. They do quite well in bioactives because these are great at maintaining a tiny little ecosystem and keeping things clean. They are, on average, from 4 to 9 feet long. Sorry, that's not the average. 4 to 6 feet long, but they have been recorded about as high as 9 feet. And they'll live well above 20 years if cared for properly. They do have a lot of babies that are live-bearing, so they don't lay eggs. They give birth to live young, anywhere from 6 to 28 offspring. So they're very prolific little breeders. Anyways, come check them out. They're a great pet if you want something bigger than a ball python, but less intimidating than a larger boa. Dumerils are a fantastic option for you. So come by and check things out, and we look forward to seeing you. Have a great day, everyone.